Hello students, welcome to the channel. We are studying active and passive voice. This is the fourth part of the video. In the first part, we have studied about the identification of the subject and the object correctly. In the second part, we studied about the identification of active and passive voice. In the third part, we studied how to convert active to passive and passive to active. This is the fourth part and we will see some special cases which require special rules. So let us begin. The first special case is the continuous tense, may it be past, present or future continuous tense. The second special case is the perfect tense, past perfect and present perfect. Then we will see the future perfect tense. Then we will see simple future tense which require a different rule. We will also see imperative sentences and sentences which can be converted in passive using infinitives. Let us start with the first one, continuous tenses. In this video, we will study about the first four tenses, the last two imperative sentences, and using infinitives in passive will be done in the next video. Continuous tense. Let us study this with the help of an example. Raj is doing his homework. But before we proceed, let us revise the formula for active. As we have already seen, it is SVO. For passive, it is OV3 by S. In this example, do is the verb. Raj is the subject. His homework is the object. As we can see the pattern SVO, we can say that it is active voice. Now we are supposed to convert it into passive voice. In the passive voice, the object will move to the place of the subject. The subject will move at last, followed by the word by. We will convert do into its V3 form, done. Now we can see the special characteristic of continuous tense, which is ing. Wherever we see continuous tense, we are supposed to add being before the verb, before the V3 form of the verb. Now there is, which we will write as it is because we have to keep the tense of the sentence same. So here Raj is singular, so we have used is, and in the passive voice, his homework is also singular, so we have used is. Suppose if here this object would have been plural, we would have used are here. Now this is passive voice. We have finished the conversion. Now let us modify the formula for continuous tense. Whenever there is continuous tense, before the V3 form of the verb, we always use being. Let us see this with the help of another example. Rohit was eating sandwiches. Now here eat is the verb, Rohit is the subject, sandwiches is the object. This is active voice because of the pattern S, V and O is that like the active voice. Now let us begin. The object and the subject will change their places. Eat, the verb, will be converted into its V3 form, eaten. We can see ing here, which will be converted into being, and was here will be written as were. Because Rohit is singular, so the word was is used. Now here sandwiches is plural because of this S, so we will use were. Now this is passive voice. This is how we convert continuous tenses, may it be past continuous, present continuous or future continuous, into passive voice. Now let us see the other special case, perfect tense, be it past perfect tense or present perfect tense. We use these three words. Had is used for past perfect tense, have and has are used for present perfect tense. Now to convert these into passive voice, we will add been to each of these. Let us see this with the help of an example. Rashmi has eaten an apple. Now this is an active voice. Let us quickly convert it into passive voice. An apple has been eaten by Rashmi. Now look, has. Has, it is present perfect tense, is converted into has been, which is the passive form of present perfect tense. Let us see another example. I had played the piano yesterday. Look at the use of had. So this is past perfect tense. Quickly converting it into passive, we have used had been here for the passive form. Now pay attention to the second example. There's a word yesterday. Now yesterday is not a subject or an object or a verb. This is just something extra apart from S, V and O. So we will keep this as it is. We will not change the position of any extra words. In active voice it is used at last. We will use it at last in the passive voice. Let us see the next case, perfect tense, future perfect tense. In future perfect tense, we always use will have or shall have. To convert it into passive, we will have to add here been in both the cases. Look at the example. He will have brought the umbrella. Here we have will have. To convert it into passive, it will be changed into will have been. The use of been is important in passive voice. Now let us look at the simple future tense. In simple future tense, will and shall are used. To convert it into passive, we add be in both the cases. Make sure you don't get confused between adding been in perfect tense and adding be in simple tense. Let us look at it with the help of an example. I will do this today. Here, will is used as it is simple future tense. In the passive voice, we have used will be. But pay attention here to the word today. Here today is also not an object or a subject or a verb. It is just an extra word. So we will not change its position and we will keep it at last, just like the question. In special cases, we have seen continuous tenses, perfect tense of future, simple future. These 4 points we have covered in this video. In the next video, we will see about imperative sentences and using infinitives in passive. So wait for the video. That's all for today. See you in the next part.